Hello, and welcome back to the Outer Worlds, where we are in the caverns underneath the Devil's Peak, finding our way through the local wildlife. We do have some mantisaurs, mantipillars, whatnot. What the hell is that? Okay, just close.
Ah, shit. That's a big one. We can tiptoe around to the left or go in guns blazing. Up to you. I vote the left.
Mega mantiqueen. Spawns mantis swarms and burns enemies with ranged plasma blast. Um, Tiptoeing. Tiptoeing is the best. There's so many dead.
Hell? Look up. What's he doing up there?
What are we talking about? I don't see anyone up there.
Little help here so we both don't die?
Who was it? What's going on here? Mandibles of doom, what was it? Oh god. Oh. I'm not carrying a flamethrower around, so... But interesting enough, like it's the same concept with the weapon as with anything else.
Take out the trap! Mantiqueen Slayer, over here!
Ah, why do you make me do this? Why? Oh, did I burn it entirely? Who are you?
That assist was a violation of corporate law if I ever saw one. Since it was to my benefit, and we're largely in lawless lands, I'll look the other way. C3 owes you one, stranger. You haven't seen Constance, have you? Ah, there's her torso. And that'll be her legs over yonder, never mind. I'm Berthold.
What in the void are you thinking, creeping around a mantiqueen like that?
At the time, I was thinking, please don't see me, oh law, I don't want to die, nah nah nah. Now I'm thinking it was stupid to come in here.
What are you doing here?
Killing marauders and hooligans, as I am handsomely paid to do. course, as me and Constance discovered, they ain't the only forms of life inhabiting these caverns.
You think?
I owe you a debt for saving my neck, stranger, and I mean to pay it. There's a station up the way. It's where my C3s are posted. We can talk more there where it's safe. I'll be on my way, once I've gathered up Constance's parts.
Oh. Oh, you definitely need to be repaired now. Nice. Good as new. You're not very reactive to me, are you? Begs the question why. And why are there mines this way?
Scrubbing the dirt out.
Here we go. Don't mess with us.
I mean, I don't need to waste my ammunition or the conditions of my weapons when I have my companions, right?
That's not possible. I can't do that.
Error. Does not compute. Huh?
Here we go.
I just sprinted in this cavern and discovered that it's occupied. That was so poorly planned, but that was still well executed. Sister chops. What was that thing? Determination. I already have one of those, so... So because I'm that fast, they don't even trigger at me. That is an interesting discovery. Let's call it this way. I hear some wildlife. Okay, mandibles of doom should be to the right. Hudson, Joy Voivode.
And here we are. Told you we'd make it in one piece. Station ain't too far now.
Who are these people?
Hey you! Get over here! There are marauders up ahead!
I wonder if Hiram's... Oh no. hell did marauders navigate the caverns?
This station's under the protection of the corporate compliance crew. You a marauder? 'Cause me and my sunshine, that's my gun if you were wondering, we don't take kindly to marauders.
No.
A coherent enough response, I reckon. Must be true. You're clear, but I would caution you against pressing on ahead. This station's plumb crawling with marauders, you know.
Shouldn't you be doing something about that? It's your job to protect the station.
Me and Sunshine are doing exactly what we've been tasked with, and that's guarding these big old Devil's Peak horns.
What are you waiting for? Help me kill these marauders.
There is nothing I'd enjoy more, but the C3s play it by the book. Usually. Go petition the boss man. Maybe you can convince him to alter my duties. You ought to talk to my crew. They're guarding a small barracks to the southeast, by the edge of the mountain.
How do I find other C3s?
See that path that runs underneath that giant archway? Follow it on down. There's a little station near the cliff. You'll find the rest of my crew there.
Need something? Talk to Joy. And for the love of space, don't rile the marauders.
Okay, big arch and go down there, right? Okay, now I see the marauders. Still don't see
Can
any
you do
arch.
anything except clean?
Sam's new diet soap capsules pack twice the cleaning power and half the calories. Order a 5,000 caps carton for this unit today.
I'll take that as a no.
Alright now. We put 6 over here, and now we have 4 left. Well, 2 would go here to the engineering. And the rest would go over here. And then we'll put 4 here, we're down to 6, and we will start... Oof, either the dialogue, I think we should start with the dialogue, but also hack and lockpick. No, maybe I will prioritize hack and lockpick and we'll see how that will go. Yes. By holding the attack button, you charge up an overhead power attack that inflicts significant extra damage. Doing this charge up during a standard attack will prepare a strong sweep attack that can hit multiple enemies in front of you and is hard to avoid. Perks. Yeah. Thing is, I don't have any access to companion abilities, so... Let's go with this one, I guess. We also can bump up these guys, right? Location discovery experience, absolutely. N-rate damage received, damage to auto mechanicals. I don't know what that is, but I don't mind taking it. That's probably one of the worst ways to talk about level up. but that's probably the worst motivation for a level up, but it is what it is. Okay. Oh, I know you.
Hey, mantiqueen slayer. Glad you made it in one piece. After all, not everyone's so lucky. Meet my corporate compliance crew. Then check out our weapons locker inside. I reckon you'll find something you like. Then we call it even between us.
Why are you guys guarding this station?
We were hired to do so, why else? You did get the memo that we're mercenaries? Our client's a bit unorthodox, sure. He calls himself the broker, and prefers the glow of a terminal to flesh and blood interaction. But I can't fault his work ethic. Our current gig's to stop, by means of lethal force, any creatures exiting the caverns, including but not limited to marauders, iconoclasts, and agents operating for the MSI.
Kind of odd for a group of mercs to label themselves as a corporate entity.
The corporate model is the oldest and most efficient, not to mention stable structure history has ever shown us. Plus, corporations got certain rights not entailed to individuals. I lead the C3s. Addie covers our payroll and expenditures, Lance handles the human capital, and Donald is our charming public face. Our system works. We've racked up more confirmed kills than any other crew you can hire.
I'll keep an eye out for that. Okay, so you're the public
I
face.
owe you for bringing the boss man back to us.
Thank the architect! Berthold's back!
Got a problem? Maybe I can help.
The workbench, thunder. Oh. Stun button ultra. And I picked up quite a lot of that stuff. Just stealth skills, no. Determination plus 5. I think I had something with determination, did I not? Yeah, this one. So you can go away. Block not interested. Intimidate plus 3, that's that one. And medical plus 3 I also have it, and medical plus 3 I have it. And this road should take me further to the Devil's Peak. Well, there was a workbench. I could have thought about the magnification, right? So I have extender sight, which gives me weapon range plus 25%, but I have also picked super scope. I'm not sure what exactly does it. Weapon, like, see, it says exactly weapon range plus 25%, and here it just says super scope 2000. As if the super scope does not increase the range. Oh.
Remind me to never turn my back to you.
And it's night again, so obviously I can't see anything. Oh, we turned night into day. Maybe I did it too early, but I shall not complain, you know. At least I can see stuff now. I have a feeling that when they are searching for a perpetrator, it feels like they have much greater sights. Feels like this one can lead me to that weapon, not the weapon, to that gate over there. Sundered rock. What is that? Hammer of Olympus? Wouldn't it be great if this hammer was made by Festus, but it wasn't. Aramid Ballistics made it. I don't think there is any suitable passage, but it is what it is then.
Purified.
I mean, I'm so far away, they will never approach me on time, would they? The auto-mechanical, however, is a problem. He might be too fat for me. That doesn't mean that I cannot snipe everyone else out there.
Discovered. Preparing required sanitary measures.
No, no, stand down.
Classification. Flawlessly finished.
So 3 of them is somewhere up top, and I have very bad overview of that area. Hi Sam.
Bag required.
Well, I guess we proved the ultimate truth. The silent, or the sneaky archer, or the sneaky sniper is the pinnacle of all the builds. So there you go. Sneaky sniper in my version. Now, one disadvantage that I can call of the plasma weapons, I struggle to find the bodies sometimes.
quiet.
You think so? Let's check if there is anyone left. Why did I take the lighter? Why did I take this lighter? I don't need it. Thank you. I believe I sniped someone around here. I mean, I guess if there is nobody, I cannot prove that.
Clean. Lethal.
I did not
Hiram
like the
must have sealed the
direction.
door. He spooks easy.
I did not like the direction it faces, so instead of going around, I just well, you've seen what happened. What am I talking about, right? Now, there is another door.
They'll never see us.
Now, inside, let's hope that it's not that terrible, and maybe let's leave it at 55. I still washed away, but
You may not realize this being as you're an outsider, but the blaring alarms indicate the station's on lockdown. Which means you can't ever get to me. So leave already.
Can't? We'll see about that.
so many marauders here.
Dirt alert! Dirt alert! Woman's evaluation is sterling.
Okay. That, as usual, did not go as planned, but what did I want from engaging a full room of marauders? Like, I do not have the virtuoso level, so I guess things like that only should be expected. And it's nice if I can keep the distance. Yes. But not always I can keep it. And if the room has more than one enemy, the chances are pretty high that things will go sideways.
Discovered. Preparing required sanitary measures.
I think we're good. Because this guy was alone. Devil Speak Environmental Controls keycard. Barb, the new environmental controls terminal is now installed and running upstairs. Congratulations, you messaged corporate about it, you get to manage it. Consider this your official notice to hide its access keycard deep in the bottom of a drawer somewhere, preferably within the archives or in one of the station's other popular sections. Because I'm sure as hell will not allow our station's efficiency scores to plummet due to a pointless safety feature. Don't even think about testing the system out. The emergency sirens will make your ears bleed, and if you accidentally trigger the fire suppression system, it can suck the air from the room faster than the station's last performance review. Impressive. Whisper, quiet muzzler. What does that thing do? Or do I just imagine the thing and it's exactly the same? It's exactly the same. I don't need you. I don't need you. I don't need you. And probably I don't need you because I do have my... I'll have this one if I need it. You are the same, so you go away. Big open space, my favorite. No enemies inside. Also my favorite.
You out there, whoever you are, yes, I can see you. Come here and talk to me. Face the intercom.
No.
Here's the elevator, but it ain't gonna budge while this place is on lockdown. Guess we keep moving forward. Look for another way up.
And then we'll have no choice but to talk to the person on the intercom. Oh, I assume it's the broker.
I can't tell if you're brave or simply touched in the head. What in the galaxy are you doing sniffing around my station? Unless you are, in fact, trying to suicide by marauder? And you, Nyoka, what are you doing lugging a stranger into my station?
You could use the socialization, you son of a bitch. Also, he hired me.
To what purpose? I happen to have some significant problems I am dealing with right now. Marauders, running out of purple berry wine 3 days ago, not being able to bloody broadcast. I see why Nyoka tolerates you. Fine, I'll do the talking. By the hand of fate and my own cunning skill, I run this station. The Marauders may have other plans, and since my hired hands have clearly turned idle, it appears I have need of you. As my newest contractor, you may call me the broker.
Why, thank
Or
you.
we can call you Hiram, on account of that's your damn name, and doubly on the account of the broker being a dumbass alternative.
What? Everyone calls me that, aside from you.
Okay, broker.
See, Nyoka? I barricaded the broadcast center, but I can only hold out for so long. Clear the Marauders out, and I'll pay you double the going rate. They destroy the transmission equipment, and I'll be out of business. The elevator and doors to the second floor are back online. Hurry before I have to lock them down again.
What's in it for me?
Aside from the bits I'll be paying you, I trade in secrets, valuable ones for my vocation. I'm sure you can come up with something you might like to ask me about in person once I'm safe.
How many marauders broke into the station?
Too many, considering I hired a bunch of no-good mercs to keep them out in the first place. Already they've caused considerable damage to the station's property. If they take down the broadcast equipment, I'll be out of a job, permanently.
I'll see what I can do.
Hey, elevators to your right. Get ready.
What do you mean get ready? Are they gonna pour out of this thing? No.
It is clean, mean, and ready to kill
That was
germs.
not a desired outcome.
Nice work!
Sam, putting trash in its rightful place for more than 70 years.
I was hoping originally to nick one of them with a headshot and then another one with a headshot and call it a day. That is not how it worked out in the end. And that is very sad. Devil's Peak Station. Inclement weather warning. Regional severe alert next 72 hours. Chance of thunderstorms and severe thunderstorms, including lightning strikes, forecast across the mountain region. From Ramsey, subject emergency protocols. As I stated in my prior 4 messages, there is simply no cause for alarm. I swear to you, Hiram, the situation is under control. What you call a near emergency I would consider a non-event. Yes, a high-energy transmission was used for too lengthy a period of time, and yes, the generators cannot safely support that activity. Yes, and yes, they could have been damaged under load, but the point remains, nothing happened. We got the issue in time. The engineers involved were reprimanded. I swear on my mama's grave it will not happen again. Now please, cease contacting me for daily updates on the status of the generators. Thank you, Val. From I am of you. Subject toilets. What in the black hole were you thinking, Val? At some point, space efficiency becomes the inverse to time efficiency and one negates the other. What I mean is, how am I to do my morning business when the toilets are directly facing the open showers? You might like watching fellows scrub their jigglies while you take a steaming dump, but I don't. Sincerely, thanks for the peep show. Not really. Theodore. On the contrary, Theo, not only is it a spatially efficient design, but it also encourages simultaneous users to hurry their business. Don't like, don't look, or speed it up and move on. After all, the faster you're back to your station, the happier we all will be. Warmest regards, Val. Postscript, you take too many bathroom breaks and you know it. Ew. I assume that is our Environment terminal. Two-handed melee. No, thank you. Atmospheric controls are online. Issue detected with auto mechanical controls alerting HQ. Time submitted. Status awaiting an official response from Byzantium HQ. Atmospheric controls. Let's deploy fire suppression systems in main hall. Yes.
That's the last of them, I think.
Interestingly enough, it does not give you experience points for like dealing with these marauders, right? Oh well.
Entering quiet mode.
Okay, these guys were also probably affected by the fire suppression system. Is this purple berry wine? No, spectral vodka. A ringleader. Somehow the guy with the biggest weapon is most certainly a ringleader, but it's just like so non-imaginative.
Marauder free at last. I'll get the door. You'll hurry on it.
I mean, if he don't mind me taking his stuff, I will be taking his stuff. That's exactly how all this works out. Authorized. Oh, begin broadcasting. Begin broadcasting what? Select recorded transmissions for a listing of all scheduled incoming and outgoing broadcasts. To go live, please ask your producer to initiate broadcasting. Do not begin broadcasting without the supervision of a senior producer. Thank you, Val. And now a message from our sponsors. Tired of each acid burns? Try Anti-Clio's artisanal boarst scented moisturizing cream. Priority transmission log. I don't see anything. Okay. Outgoing transmission SOS, incoming transmission Amber Heights, Stella Bay. Okay. Administrator notes, Amber Heights data is iconoclast in origin. Graham is behind it, must speak with him. Stella Bay broadcasts are coded gibberish, could potentially use to blackmail Sanjar, has his signature all over it. Personal files, accessing. Memorandum titled Clear Blue Skies, Mood Optimistic. There I say the future is looking bright. Indeed, I can run a full gamut of operations without ever leaving the sanctuary of the broadcast room. Sanjar and Graham are living up to their promises and have not interfered with initial broadcasts. The deal is holding, and I believe I can make a life here. Sneaky, mode sneaky. Had a near miss the other day. Nearly ended up with a board on my trail. We will mark that trial firmly in the failure category. One must experiment, however, to ascertain the best methods. I have found thus far that the most reliable method for evading detection within the limited frequency of Monarch's off-world transmissions involves duplicating regular news broadcasts on several unused frequencies. My information gathering associates know to filter out the sounds in the vocal range, in turn isolating the embedded data, and the board's authorities are none the wiser. Playing hazard has never been so thrilling, nor high stakes. Should have known, mood furious. Pox at all. Those imbecilic children. In their hatred of each other, Sanchar and Graham have oversaturated my key bands. They'll take down each other all right and me right alongside them. I should have never invited them to play, but what to do about it now? What to do indeed? So, time for a formal introduction.
Never thought I'd be ecstatic at having the walls painted in blood, but seeing as it's not mine, I'd say this calls for a celebration. My compliments on your improvised utilization of the fire suppressant system. I would expect nothing less from one of Nyoka's associates.
As usual, I'll take that as a compliment.
Of course. This ought to square our debt. One hefty payment for a highly valued service rendered. But, I admit, I do wonder why Nyoka has brought you to me. Allow me to pose my question in another manner. Why, in the nebula, are you here?
You're not an easy man to reach, broker.
That is the primary goal behind locking myself high in a tower. Some folks don't look kindly on me being a purveyor of delicate information. Phineas must have sent you. He's the only one insane enough to send someone to Monarch to rush me. I knew it was only a matter of time before he came a-knocking. Look, I might be late, but I fulfill my contracts, always.
Oh, you do you? I have lost track of the number of beers you owe me for chasing raptidons off your stoop.
SAM units never need longer than necessary to complete the job. Quick, quiet, and efficient, SAM sees it done.
I take offense to that. Look, okay. It might take me a while this time.
Why is that?
I am awaiting but a single incoming transmission containing the information we desire. But MSI and the Iconoclasts are clogging the airwaves from Stellar Bay and Amber Heights. In their war against each other, they're scrambling each other's outgoing transmissions.
This is a problem how?
The bandwidth. There's too much blasted background noise. Nothing gets through but their local broadcasts. Which of course has inadvertently affected the incoming port and my livelihood.
Can't we count them from inside the station?
No, they're jamming the limited frequencies we have at our disposal. Nothing extraplanetary can get in or out until the frequency pollution thins out. The safest bet is to convince Graham and Sanjar to stop transmitting on their end.
Where in Stellar Bay?
My former partner, Sanjar, transmits from his office in MSI's headquarters in the center of town. Don't let him try to fool you. While his messages might seem like gibberish, they are in reality coded business orders to off-world companies. I understand why he needs the bandwidth, but we had a deal and he's broadcasting ceaselessly.
Why Amber Heights?
Amber Heights is one of the only surviving settlements outside of Stellar Bay. Graham Bryant and the Iconoclasts there got their hands on a working relay station. Now they're ceaselessly transmitting philosophist ramblings on my airwaves.
Tell me more about MSI and the Iconoclasts.
Graham and his Iconoclasts believe anarchy is the way of life. Sanjar opposes it, as he's taking strides to corporatize Stellar Bay.
Okay, I'll talk some sense into them.
You do that, I'll be here, waiting on the receiving end. Luck be with you. I have a feeling you'll be needing a pinch of it, plus a vat of patience.
So, what's an info broker?
Is that a trick question? Because to answer it, you'd need to pay me. Of course, I could offer you a vastly more interesting bit of data instead. Try me. Ask me anything you'd like. I'll even offer it for free. We'll call it an exchange for your help with the broadcasts. Ask me what you will.
What can you tell me about Phineas?
Not much, admittedly.
You must know something about him.
Phineas has been in hiding for the past 35 years. He got in touch with Nyoka first, who I use as a physical go-between. The rest is history. As far as what's between us, I mean. Outside of that, well, that's a raptidon of another color.
I'm listening.
I do know this much. There is a sharper side to the good scientist than you'd expect. If allegations are to be believed, the experiments he conducts for the greater good are in fact treasonous and for self-gain. I am not convinced as to the validity of these allegations, considering the source, but I am also not unconvinced either.
About something else?
Luckily for you, I am a veritable font of information.
Let's talk about the board.
There are so many members. Do specify.
Any information on the chairman?
If you try to cite me on this, I will deny, deny, deny. Do you understand? What I am about to reveal is the sort of information that gets a body disappeared. MSI's ownership of Monarch is technically legal, but it would give MSI too much power on the board to grant them such status.
So the chairman demonizes Monarch rather than welcome it back into the fold.
Exactly. But you didn't hear so much as a whisper of such from me.
Something else?
Luckily for you, I am a veritable font of
He
information.
lets me ask more than one thing, and that is, I'll take that.
What? No. Why would I go out of my way to intercept messages from Earth? There's no market for them. No buyer means it's not worth my time. Now, if you wanted me to intercept a certain one, that might be worth it for the right price.
Okay, MSI and Iconoclasts.
They are a curious lot. Insufferable. And short-sighted, too. What else do you wish to know?
What's the story between them?
You mean between MSI, the Iconoclasts, and myself? I bet neither of those megalomaniacs told you I was the true mastermind behind Monarch. Back when the colony was still Terra 1 and corporations were abandoning us left and right, I'm the one who approached Sanjar and Graham with the means to our salvation. I offered them a legal way to take control of the planet. If MSI were the only corporation here, they could claim sole ownership.
And there was nothing in it for you, huh?
Even then, I plied my trade as an information broker, albeit in a smaller capacity. Of course, I demanded an exchange for the data. Thus, the bargain was struck. They could run MSI while I would operate Devil's Peak Station. Unfortunately, relations have soured over time.
And why is that?
Competing ideologies. Graham believes Sanjar has become corrupted by the corporate lifestyle, that he is now similar to the original corporate executives they sought to reform. And Sanjar has learned the hard way that Graham is quite morally gray.
What's that about Graham?
Some say Graham suffers from nightmares that leave him sweat-drenched and screaming. I would assume it stems from the friends and family he lost in Amber Heights all those years ago.
Sanjar?
Sanjar is not actually at fault for his past performance reviews, but he can keep hunting for loopholes to get back on the board for the next century. He'll never be reinstated. Not in his lifetime. For Nebula's sake, even with the loophole I gave him, he's only in charge of MSI because every other exec died during the massacre at Amber Heights.
What do you mean?
I gave Sanjar and Graham legal information that would allow MSI to own Terra 1, once the other corporations had abandoned the planet. The execs had their concerns, but before the matter could be resolved, pirates raided their homes in the night. Luckily for you, I am a veritable font of information.
So basically Sanjar is the designated survivor.
How low you seemingly regard my trade. Be a doll and shoot any marauders you spot on the way down.
Sure thing. What's a devil peak relay? It's a fancy way to call a roof, right? Maybe not. Maybe yes. Let's have a look. They didn't do much. Yeah, it was the roof. Now, let's see. I believe I would like to continue going further west. For that, we need to go down, and then maybe I'll go to the slaughterhouse.
Only good marauder is a dead or dying one. Slick working there.
All's quiet again. Thanks for the easy payday, stranger. Maybe C3 ought to hire you.
I am afraid that at this point I'm way out of your price range. Like way out. Oh, that's the devil's horns. Okay.
Reminder, large jobs take Sam longer to clean.
To be honest, I'm surprised it's still standing. Every time I set foot inside, I half expect the tower to fall over.
Now I wonder if we can just sneak past these mantisaurs.
Rams on the job.
It's the last of them.
I still have no idea what the hell is mantis swarm.
Ready to neutralize and sanitize. Warning. Crew member requires maintenance.
Okay. I should just remember once and for all that going against the local fauna really might not be the best idea. In terms that it just takes time and I don't know what's the output. I mean, obviously I'm getting some experience points from that. I believe that is nice. So many of them. Yeah. The caverns really seem like a much more sensible choice to walk around them. Oh, and my weapon already asks for some repairs. My ankles, man. My ankles are not happy. I mean, this is not the way to treat your ankles. That's for sure. So,
Estimated cleaning time, 4.37 years.
could have been worse, I guess. I wonder what's that building. And I wanna check the area close to the water, if there is anything. I mean, there is a waterfall, so there must be some secret behind the waterfall. Nice. Not nice. C&P boarst factory. not what I had in mind. This might be a big office. Oh. Well, in any case, I need to go to the level 3. And I see no elevators here. What's okay? I see one.
Your uniform has been rated 82% clean.
Greetings, authorized user. The king would like to remind you to please clock out before documenting your daily shift in 15-minute increments. Do not forget to clock back in when returning to work for your next 23-hour shift. If you would like to file a complaint, please immediately report to the king to receive an infraction on your performance. Old files to be deleted. From Patterson to Rose, the end is upon us. I don't want to say I told you so, but I did message you that the writing was on the wall back in April, did I not? Which, if you remember, is one of the reasons I begged you to please hurry in your decision making, which inadvertently and unfortunately stoked your ire at me for rushing you. But now everything I feared is coming to pass. C&P's abandoned monarch with the others. The factory is in working order, but less and less of us keeps showing up for shifts. Because what's the point, really? Never got my last 2 beat cards for wages owed, which means I can't pay rent, edgy, let alone sponsor your wastrel of a cousin gambling habits. I know how you teeter it away whenever I raise these sorts of concerns, but I'm not joking, edgy. It's only a matter of time before I'm plumb out in the streets. What are you going to do then? Keep telling me to wait? I can't. The next ferry is scheduled for Thursday at 2 o'clock. I'll be on it and I'd like you to join me. If you do, then I'll have your answer at last. If not, then I'll guess I'll have an answer the same. Either way, I won't be waiting for another month on end. See you at the ferry platform, I hope. Yours in heart, if not body, Fitz. Shift report 84. Clive, what are your thoughts on that clog? Can't be a raptidon, weren't no scales, and there aren't enough cysts for it to have been a wayward pig. But I'll be damned if I ever seen vermin so large. I'll admit I was skeptical when you called me and the fellas back to the factory like we were gonna run it rogue. Well, I guess we did, but you were right. There was money ripe for the picking, even without C&P's umbrella, and I just want you to know I appreciate what you did, for each of us. Best have maintenance check the grating on the vents, that's the second clog this month.
I thought. You. Just where do you think you're sneaking to? Production line is that away, you worthless gadabout.
Oh, come on, you aren't gonna report me, are you?
I'm darn well thinking about it.
Get it over with then, I got places to be.
All right. That's one for shirking your duties, and another for the smart mouth. Earned yourself 2 infractions. And you know what Slaughterhouse Clive does when an employee racks up 3. Now get back to work before I give you another.
I am curious what's over here, and curiosity would kill the cat. Factory systems. Pink slip protocol on Sentry Automax. Call elevator to ground level. That might be a nice one. Log 157. Clog in the machinery consisted of the following composition: adipose tissues, bone, sinew, hair, hemoglobin, and other organic materials. Would you like to run a deeper diagnostics? Processing keystrokes? No, 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 no. Okay, log 241. Oh, for peace and plasma. I ain't input start recording now, did I? No, you stupid piece of shrapnel computer. I was only saying how it irks me when the others filch my lunch. Pea-free butter and purple berry jelly. I have you know, not boarst, and for good reason, and while they're gorging, they got the nerve to fart and waggle their middle fingers at me from the factory floor, 'cause they know I can't go down there till the shift break, and by then it's too late. Tell you what though, I'm tempted alright to use the Sentry Automax new pink slip protocol to terminate each and every one of them. Remember, when meeting with the king, do not initiate conversation, avoid eye contact, respond respectfully when addressed, and above all else, do not provide any provocation for which to be canned. The question is, where the elevator? Mining helmet plus Y. We could use it.
And we're stalking. And we're stalking.
It was a good idea to check that terminal over there. Where does this one take me? Monarch Wilderness. How may the system assist you today? If you would like to terminate a personal's probationary period, please select the corresponding personal file after entering your password. There are personnel files and personal files. Personnel files. They have been terminated. Personal files. Dictation 56. Who would have thought? Who would have thought it? Am I right? Whole factory ripe for the taking, none the wiser save for me. And now the king, I reckon, who is also me but different. Better. I know it ain't wise to be so fanciful, but it grows so lonely. Just me and the pigs, and the machinery, and now the king. The others will come soon, though, to work for me. The laborers. Got to start small, but then we'll build, and we'll feed, and we'll feed, and we'll feed. 108. The king can scarcely believe how well, how awful fine it's all gone. I came from nothing, but now I am a self-made man. Rich in meat and money beyond what one can believe. Power and privacy are mine. Everything I ought ever to desire is mine except for, and the king, he may not have been with me from the beginning, but he was the first to arrive. He kept me from being alone. That is for true. Don't think I could forget nor escape that fact. 113. Sorry. Think I got it. Any personnel, and I don't care if they be a line worker, or the janitor, or a stars-damned sister pig, we shall tell them to call the king by his rightful moniker, and do it properly. None of this slaughterhouse Clive pig shit, or I will show them a slaughter they won't ever forget. Did I make myself clear enough? Yes? Marvelous. That ought to do it.
Whoa now. And just what do you figure you're doing up here? These are my private quarters, friend. I don't allow tours up here. I don't allow tours ever on deeper consideration.
You've got blood on your shirt. Right there. No, lower.
Certain things require a mess to do well. See, I was just killing sometime. I prefer to prepare my dinner by my own hand. Nothing like fresh and bloody boarstwurst.
Oh, you're creepy as hell. Those parts are from sister pigs.
I do own a factory known for specializing in the canning of boarstwurst. On occasion, I like to imbibe other parts of the sister pig. Did you fancy me a cannibal? Perish the thought. No, I don't eat the bodies, I disappear. A joke that last was. So, what can I do for you? My full attention is at your disposal.
I'm not saying you shouldn't vex this guy, but if you do, it's been nice knowing you.
While I approve of your associate's cautious nature, I still teeter on the verge of losing my patience. Let us move forward with the present proceedings.
Sublight sent me to kill you, but I'm sure we can work something out.
By sublight, you mean Catherine, do you not? That greedy, star-crossed sow. Listen, friend. The Boarst King of Monarch does not negotiate with coveters. How about you bring me Catherine's severed head, and I will gift you a lifetime supply of boarst.
What if you and Catherine partnered up? Two great empires combined.
You desire that I should lower myself to Catherine's level of crassness and filth? I cannot fathom how that would cotton myself. The king built this golden monopoly brick by brick from the rubble when the corpse abandoned Monarch. No, he ain't the sort to partner up, as that requires the sharing of power and profits.
Think I don't recognize human remains? Those aren't 60 peak pods.
You think to blackmail me? Try it. The king will grind you to bone spurs and toenails.
I only meant that what you do is a skill Catherine would highly value.
For true? You figure she will appreciate my skills? They did take me years to perfect. However, I remain unconvinced she could provide the means to make the association worth my while. If you ain't noticed, I'm doing swell, ruling this kingdom on my own.
Well, Catherine wants the factory. Whether I kill you or convince you matters little to either of us.
I do admire a properly ruthless individual. If it will keep that sublight sow off my back, then it's an undoubtedly worthwhile pursuit. The king is interested. John Hancock me on the dotted line, friend. I will even give her a cut of the profits, requiring she keeps clear of my short hairs.
What's it then?
It? A fair and handsome deal is what it is. Tell Catherine she is permitted to dump the bodies each and every Tuesday, precisely at 3 a.m.
I shall go.
Congratulations, customer. Your SAM unit is performing at peak capacity.
I don't like cannibals. I don't like losing my reputation either, but that's all only 3%, right?
Changing volume now.
So I would prefer to do it this way, to be honest. Really don't want to do anything with the cannibal, so I'm not sure that Catherine is much better option, but maybe she will at least struggle with perfecting the human recipe, right? So maybe this whole business will not work as good as she hopes it would. Okay. That's another entrance to the factory. Aside from the main one, right?
Ah, this factory offers the loveliest aromas. Like if you cook boarst over a sulfur pit.
Yeah. No, thank you. So that would be our next target that we will go to in the next episode. For now, thank you so much for staying with me. I hope you enjoy my company and my gameplay. If that's the case, then please leave me a like and subscribe to the channel, or otherwise let me know down in the comments what I can improve for you. Hope to see you next time. Have a nice day out there, and bye.